Good evening, my name is Jose Pedraza. I'll be presenting memory changes in older adults. Age-related memory loss. What normal was not and when to seek help. We all misplace keys, blank on an acquaintance name, or forgetting a phone number. When we are young, we don't tend to pay much mind to this lapse. But as we grow older, sometimes we worry about what they mean. While it's true that several brain changes are inevitable when it comes to aging, major memory problems are not one of them. That's why it's important to know the difference between normal age-related forgetfulness and the symptom that may be indicating a developing congenital problem. Forgetfulness is a common complaint among older adults. You start to talk about a movie you saw recently when you realize that you cannot remember the title. You're giving directions to your house when you suddenly blank on a familiar street name. You find yourself standing in the middle of the kitchen, wondering what you went there for. Memory lapse can be frustrating, but most of the time they are not cause for concern. Age related memory changes are not the same as dementia. As we grow older, we experience psychological changes that cause glitches in the brain function we have always taken for granted. It takes longer to learn and recall information. We're not as quick as we used to be. In fact, we often mistake the slowing of our mental processes for true memory loss. But in most cases, if we give ourselves time, the information will come to our mind. Memory loss is not an inevitable part of the aging process. What are some of the causes of related memory loss? The hippocampus, a region in the brain involved in the formation and retrieval of memory, often deteriorate with age. Hormones and proteins that protect and repair brain cells and stimulate neural growth also decline with age. Older people often experience decreased blood flow to the brain, which can impair memory and lead to changes in cognitive skills. For most people, occasionally lapses in memory are normal part of aging process, not warning sign of serious mental deterioration or the onset of dementia. What are some of the things that normal age relate? The following type of memory lapse are normal among other adults and generally are not considered warning sign of dementia. Occasionally forgetting where you left things you use regularly, such as glasses or keys, forgetting name or acquaintance, or blocking one memory with similar ones, such as calling a grandson by the son's name, occasionally forgetting an appointment, having trouble remember what you had just read or detail of a conversation, walking into a room and forgetting why you entered, becoming easily distracted, not quite being able to retrieve information that you have on the tip of your tongue. If we take a look, the primary difference between age-related memory loss and dementia is that with former is not disabling. The memory lapse have little impact on your daily performance and ability to do what you want to do. Dementia, on the other hand, is marked by a persistent, disabling decline in two or more intellectual ability as memory, language, judgment, and abstract thinking. When memory loss becomes so pervasive and severe that it distracts your work, hobbies, social activity, and family relationship, you may be experiencing the warning sign of Alzheimer's disease or another disorder that causes dementia or a condition that is maybe dementia. There are many ways to combat memory loss. In a way, in a way, it's important to remember that the same practice that contribute to healthy aging and physical vitality also contribute to healthy memory. So by taking a step early to prevent congenital decline, you also be improving all other aspects of your life as well. Like stay social. People who are not social engage with family and friends are at higher risk of memory problems than people who have a strong ties, quality face-to-face social interaction can be greatly reduce stress and is powerful medicine for the brain. Exercise regular. Regular exercise boosts brain power and brain growth factor and encourages the development of the brain cells. Exercise also reduces the risk for disorders that lead to memory loss, such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Don't smoke. Smoking heightens the risk of vascular disorder that can cause stroke and constrict arteries that deliver oxygen to the brain. Manage stress. Cortisol, the stress hormone, damages the brain over time and can lead to memory problems. But even before that happens, stress or anxiety can cause memory difficulties in the moment. When you're stressed or anxious, you're more likely to suffer memory lapse and have trouble learning or concentrating. Get plenty of sleep. Sleep is necessary for memory consolidation. The problem of forming and storing new memory so you can retrieve them later. Watch what you eat. Eat plenty of fruit and vegetable and drink green tea as this food contains antioxidants in abundance, which can keep your brain cells from rusting. Food rich in omega-3 fats, such as salmon, tuna, trout, walnut, and flax seeds, are particularly good for your brain and memory. Eating too many calories, though, can increase your risk of developing memory loss or congenital impairment. Give your brain a workout and you will see the difference. As explained before, brain exercise can be able to work to combat memory loss. Play games that you're not already familiar with that involve strategies like chess or bridge and word games like Scramble. Try crossword and other word puzzle or number puzzle. Read newspaper, magazine, and books. Challenge yourself. Get more knowledge from YouTube or crash courses. Get in the habit of learning new things. Take a course in an unfamiliar subject. Take a project that involves designing, planning, such as a new garden, a quilt, a pond, etc. An easy way to fight memory loss. New research indicates that walking 6 to 9 miles every week can, can prevent brain shrinkage and memory loss. According to the American Academy of Neurology, older adults who walk between 6 and 9 miles per week have more gray matters in their brains 9 years after the start of the study than people who did not walk as much. Also, there's another way that you can search um, by filing or going through a questionnaire. There's a questionnaire about Alzheimer. It's a Alzheimer questionnaire you can find online that's considered quite accurate. And it's a way to diagnose the difference between a memory loss because of age or a congenital disease. There are more, I will add more in a PowerPoint presentation, and I will continue further explaining in other discussion about memory loss in um, with the aging process.